group members, okay, it appears that we have only um, four four groups, yeah, and group 3 there is no one there. Okay. Uh, I tried to use the wheel of name to choose the randomly your task. Okay, either it is a system development or it is a animation multimedia. Anyhow, it appears that the app is not working well at my PC. Okay, so I think I would like to know, group 1, uh, can I give you the system development, the company under the system development and sorry, the company that under system programming and system development? Group 1, Muhammad MD Barakallah, HM Ikram case. Is it all right with you? Anyone from the main group from the group? Please respond.
Sound good, sir.
Is it all right with you if I assign you your group to do the company under the domain of programming and system development?
So we would prefer more if we can get multimedia or something.
Okay, so you want multimedia. Anyone else prefer multimedia? Okay, so no one else, no one responds. So animation multimedia is your group. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Group
sir.
2, Syed Muhammad Aiman and Muhammad Zul Ashraf, Muhammad Arif Ansari, Muhammad Syarul Nukman. Which group you prefer? Can I give you IT business solution? Anyone from the members from the group? Any members from?
I think it's alright, sir. IT business solution.
Okay, you want an IT business solution. Anyone other group prefer that domain? Please respond to me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no one else want that. So IT business solution goes to your group. Okay, group number 4. Muhammad Zul Helmi, Ahmad Naufal, Ibad, Azhad Saifuddin, Muhammad Nur Faza, Muhammad Adib, Muhammad Haris. Which part you have? We have networking and hardware, and we have the security. We have the programming, development, and security networking. Which part? Which domain you want?
Was it what's the option say? Network, security.
Network, security and networking. Networking and hardware, programming and system development.
I think network and hardware, I think is okay.
All right. So your group number 4 will be take note, yeah. Okay, networking and hardware. Group number 5, you are free to choose other than those Nur Alia, Iliana, Nur Aisyah, Shahira, Yasmin, Hana, Muhammad Adib, Jamaluddin, Ayuni, Humaira, Umar Nazaruddin. You have, I think, 2 more choices. You can choose any of that. Please respond. I can see the name there. We have the Aisyah Shahira. We have the Ayuni Mustafa there. Please respond. Which domain do you want? Under the case study. You want me to select for you? Susah ni kalau if we're gonna be okay. Aisyah, say something.
Maybe you can give us the choice.
What?
You can give us any.
Okay. I want to see programming system development.
Okay.
Okay.
It is-
It is not you do not need to do programming. You just inshallah I will upload today the requirements for your report. Okay, with regard to your company domain and the knowledge management. What are the things that you need to do to implement the knowledge management in your imaginary companies? Okay, alhamdulillah settle. So every group please take note. Okay. Now we go to we continue from what we stopped last class, which is on the slide number 17. All right. All right. Okay, before that, allow me to open this my textbook. It's possible. I also want to discuss about that. So inshallah, after this, I will upload to the iTa'lim the requirements for your case study. Okay, just 10 pages. You can have maybe 1 pages each, or 1 page and a half, 2 pages each person, each group members for your case study. You can divide among yourself, and you can submit to me, no problem, anytime. Okay, I will specify when the last date to submit everything, or you can submit to me piecemeal, no problem. All right. Okay. Wait, my PC quite in the morning always hang. All right. Okay. Now we go to the next presentation. All right. Okay. It is one of the things that you need to understand. Nowadays, we have a system to support the implementation of knowledge management. Regardless of what approach, what specified approach your company wants to have, or all. You can have the system for knowledge application. You can have the system for knowledge capture system, and you have the system for knowledge sharing system. And also you have a system for knowledge discovery. This thing being done through the ICT. Okay, these are the things that good before in 1990s, 2000, it is just a theory implementation. Okay, people need to, Peter Drucker 1998, 1997, okay, proposed this. One of the scholar in the knowledge management, Peter Drucker. And suddenly, because of due to the advancement of technology, computer scientists, IT specialists come out with more platforms on how to apply these processes. Knowledge application, knowledge capture, sharing, discovery. And for your task when you do your presentation, and you may include in your report of case study, you can focus any of this approach. Maybe your company want to focus on knowledge sharing system. Then you find the system in the open source software of sourceforge.net that can assist you to achieve this. Maybe your company prefer knowledge discovery. You can choose any of it. But if your group want to use all processes, it's going to be the extra mark for that. Okay. But if you have choose one, you are entitled to get the full marks. Depends on your report, okay, and presentation. These are the thing that inshallah we go further and where we go chapter 6, chapter 7, 8, and 9. Okay. To understand this type of system, especially when you try to disclose or try to explore the list of system, knowledge management system from the internet, sourceforge.net, for example, you need to understand the meaning. For example, for the knowledge application system, the information system that focus on knowledge application, if you come across with these functionalities, it means that it is under this domain. For example, it refers to the system that utilize knowledge first, and summarize the most relevant intelligent technologies that underpin that. The classification of each, specifically rule-based system and case-based reasoning, meaning that it is like the integration of artificial intelligence based on the current data. One of the things, example is that big data analytics, how case-based reasoning from the patterns, got from the email, got from the transactions of the customers, you come up with the summaries of how those customers spend, the normality of those customers spending their money on certain products. Okay, the pattern, the knowledge application is mostly goes to the big data analytics. We can say that. Okay, for example, why Lazada and Shopee knows the type of products. Sometimes I want this, but alhamdulillah, it's cheaper from the previous months. How they know that? And suddenly you receive from your phone when you want to in your, even in your social media, the advertisements sometimes quite related to our daily life. My microphone is broken, and suddenly you receive the advertisement in your social media about the microphone. This knowledge application system, the data, the transaction you make from your Lazada, Shopee, from the data that they got directly or indirectly from your transaction, they will identify. Okay, based on case-based reasoning. Okay. And second, knowledge capture system, which refers to system that elicit and preserve the knowledge of expert so that it can be shared with others. These are the things that's what IUM try to do under the flagship of the library. But very few of us contribute to the system, then suddenly become the system, just a system. No one contribute. Why? Because knowledge management cannot rely 100% on the system. It must start with humans, with the employees, with the staff, with the members of that organization. The understanding, the willingness, the desire to share the system. Even if you go to the fast food companies like McDonald's, or KFC, or even the Burger King, they have small part of knowledge management implementation. Every morning before they start to work, they will have the briefing. They will tell what to do, not to do, how to do. That's part of the practice in the social interaction. That's why we cannot say that knowledge you cannot rely 100% on the system. It must start with human, with you and your company, the members of your company. Okay, and this thing very, very interesting. You know that I don't know whether you know Brother Zarif. I think some of you knows. Okay, he did internship at the Petronas, and he told me majority of the thing that I thought I discussed in the class, actually Petronas try to implement it. Okay, from the people, from the system, meaning that it's still not 100% successfully implemented in Malaysia. Your generation, I think, have to pass. Many people try to practice it, implement it in the private sectors or government sectors, but still not fully successfully implemented. Because why? It must start somewhere, generation. Okay, that's why maybe your generation, after you become somebody, when you reach 30 plus, you become somebody in your company or in your organization, you have this awareness, start to think somewhere on how to have this system, because this system will change the situation. Okay, you can look at Google, where they don't care about the how you, what time you come, what you can enjoy yourself while working, as long as you can contribute the thing that based on what they want you to contribute. Okay, knowledge capture system, refer system, elicit and preserve the knowledge of expert. For example, maybe you can make a compulsory for all employees before he or she leave the office, he must list down the list of knowledge that he obtained and want to be shared with other people. For example, I'm good in the interoperability, then I will share every day about the importance of standard. Which standard for hospital? HL7 DCOM for HL7 for the text, DCOM is for the images. And how to that, what type of system you can, these are the things that for interoperability, and how to do data migration, for example. How, so that other people, and this information will be stored in the certain database, and other employees can have a look and study. Okay, this is maybe this is the approach you can suggest to be used in your imaginary company. And third category is knowledge sharing system. The system they organize, yeah. After you have the system, you organize, the system organize, and distribute knowledge and comprise the majority of system current in the place, yeah. And distribute knowledge. And this system comprise the majority of the knowledge management system in the place, in the organization. Okay, knowledge system means that the system identify, they classify. Okay, under the hardware, what are the tools, motherboard, processor, video card, video or network adapter, for example, and processor. What are the things that, and how, what are the problems in the principle? Intel, AMD, for example. Okay, and how to, this is organize, classify, and provide solution. And the other people, the other employees, when they want to know, when there's a problem, when that person who's expert in that particular area absent or take leave, he knows where to find it. Okay, because the system itself classified based on the input given by the expert. The last one, knowledge discovery system. It's quite advanced actually. Knowledge system and technology that create knowledge. It is similar to the first one, knowledge application, but it is more deep and breadth. Okay. Create knowledge. A description, knowledge discovery, database, and data mining. Yeah, data mining from the data, from the information in the database. They identify the new things. I had visited one of your senior used to do internship in one company. When I visited her, okay, one of her tasks is to anticipate manually and come up with a report on the product. She need to get the data from the transaction, identify and transform to Excel. It can do it manually, but this is an example of discovery, knowledge discovery system. And she need to anticipate the type of customers' approach or desire on certain months based on that. You can imagine using the Excel, take note, identify the transaction, and anticipate the pattern. Okay, but this is the thing, it can be easily done with when they have the system, knowledge discovery system. So you can choose any of these, meaning that the IT has enabled knowledge management to be implemented easily in the company. Okay, but it must start with the humans. If the employees refuse to embrace this idea, it's going to be very difficult for the company to implement knowledge management. Okay, IT allows the movement at increasing speed and efficiencies. That's very true. Okay, especially nowadays. Okay, so please, that's the reason why I want you to start thinking about to include to do your case study because of this, so that you can sell something during the interview. What are the things that other people do not know? Okay, of course there are thousands of I'm talking about Malaysian context. For international, maybe you have different employability rate. Maybe you can easily get a job in your country, but I'm talking about Malaysian, because Malaysia we have a pandemic now. Many experts and professionals lost the job, and you're not only going to compete with the fresh graduates, but you also need to compete with the senior members of the professionals. So this is the thing that maybe for the other country where the pandemic is not so serious, you can have a normal competition with the fresh graduates. But for Malaysians, the life is more challenging. Okay, many people lost a job. The professional, IT professional, 20 years in the company industry, and then you need to compete with them, and very, very difficult. Believe me. That's why I hope that you can got something. Using your laptop, you can market yourself. Using your knowledge in knowledge management, you can market yourself. Okay, you can say that, look, sir, I'm not only good in the technical programming whatsoever, I'm also know how to apply those knowledge in the reality, in the real company environments, where I know also about knowledge management, where I know how the importance of knowledge sharing. Why? Because to ensure the continuity of the operation. This is the example of even simple things, but can make yourself employable compared to other people. Okay. And also, knowledge management system utilize a variety of KM mechanism. Yeah. There are many, inshallah, we're going to discuss what are the knowledge KM mechanism to support knowledge management process. There are 4 processes in application, discovery, sharing, okay, and application. Okay, this is the knowledge management process: application, capture, sharing, and discovery. KM mechanism, organizational or structural means used to promote. Yeah, the use of leading edge info IT such as web-based conferencing. Yeah, nowadays the cloud computing, you can say that. I also suggest that try to use the Google documents when you want to do your reports. Okay, it will be easily as a practice for you to practice implement knowledge management. Everybody sit together and do the job. Okay, I could based on the sub contents for each the report. Okay, then everybody can have a look and work together. We have the technology that enable this thing. Cloud computing, for example, the simple thing is the Google document, Google Sheet, okay, Google presentation, easy for us to work. Not only possible interactive conversation with instantaneous exchange to Telegram, WhatsApp, this. Located at remote location, dramatic improvement in knowledge management. You know, the technology that we have now enable KM to be implemented easily, actually, but it must start with humans. When the human employees from the top management under the lower management understand the importance of knowledge management, understand the processes that involve in knowledge management, understand what is knowledge, what is information, know how to differentiate between information and knowledge, and understand what are the long-term benefits to the organization from the knowledge management, inshallah, this system can become useful. But if you can have this $1 million, million ringgit system, But if the humans themselves do not embrace the idea of knowledge management, then this thing cannot be. That's why I say when you become somebody in your organization. Why? Because I know, based on the feedback I asked my student who entered the industry, most of the stumbling block is the seniors. They feel that why should I share my knowledge to other people? They are my rival then. They become my rival. Because they believe that the thing that make them superior or influential in that organization because of their knowledge. If they share the knowledge to the juniors, then their status become challenged. This is the mindset that need to be changed. That's why I say when you become somebody in your organization or somebody in the government or private sectors, then you can have this thing. Or if your boss, luckily if your boss is looking for someone who understands knowledge management, then you can stop with that. Okay, inshallah, we have long time to go to discuss how to implement this approach. Okay, we have another 13 weeks to discuss this. Inshallah, you can have maybe now you're still not sure what is knowledge management. It's about knowledge resources. Make use most of your knowledge resources, your procedures, your human capitals, who has the different skills, different knowledge, different talents. Try to organize it, try to share it, try to discover it, and try to ensure that everybody will leverage it. That knowledge can be leveraged among employees. Okay. But there are issues. Okay. Have failed. Many KM system implemented organizations have failed to enable knowledge workers to share knowledge for the benefit of the organization. That's the reality. If you look by your textbook, if you read your textbook, you know that you identify this fact. Because why? As mentioned to you, it must start by the people, not by the system. Okay. The case in point is the effective knowledge is not about making a choice between software versus wetware, classroom versus hands-on format. No, it's not about like that. It is about the holistic willingness, the collective decision by everybody agrees to have knowledge management as their main core business, main core operation. Then KM can be successfully implemented. Okay, to motivate employees in order to put knowledge to work. Okay, you can imagine an organization. If there's a project, everybody will contribute, share, brainstorm, give the insight very seriously. But when there is no project, no contract, they will try to share the knowledge, make sure the knowledge is leveraged by other people. You can imagine if we have that type of organization. Okay, so that you'll be motivated, have high morale to work in that organization. Okay, effective KM depends on recognizing that all other options need each other. All right. Okay, this is the effective knowledge management. 80% of culture and human factors, just 30% technology. You can get it from the other from your textbook and also from the other findings from other articles. You can imagine 80%. That's why I want to see in your report how you understand knowledge management. Inshallah, I will have the list, but you can extend the list, the requirements based on your understanding, based on your imagination, based on your observation, based on your reading. You can extend, no problem. Now we go to the difference between traditional IS, okay, versus KMIS. One of the prime difference between You can have the MIS, you can have a the decision support system, you can have the integrated library system. You have many systems. Is the active role that users of KM system play. This is going back again to the humans on building the content of search system. For the traditional system, the interaction is quite static. For example, when I want to, for example, the system that I use to key in the data, I enter the data, I come out the report, I get the analytical findings. How many students got A, how many people, and we can have a look on the chart. For example, the system of star system, enter the name, and the system quite static. But KM system is more dynamic. Not only we enter the data, we also identify the pattern, we identify, then discover the new knowledge from that system. All right. Users of traditional system are typically not required to actively contribute to building the content of the system. But knowledge, you just key in the data, get the result, that's it. One-way interaction or static interaction. But for KM system, not only you need to provide the data, you also need to come out the content so that everybody can benefit from that. Okay. An effort typically related to the MIS department or the IS consultant. This is the common practice. When any organization, regardless private or government, they want to implement knowledge management, they will outsource to the consultant without realizing whether their employees ready, understand or not about this approach. Okay. Therefore, traditional information system has concentrated much of its effort in understanding what are the factors leading users to accept and use. Identify why people do not want to use this system, why people do not want to accept the system. But for KM, the mindset is already there. If the mindset is still here, stuck here, it means that your company is far from to implement knowledge management. Okay, because everybody must have this willingness. I don't know whether are you with me, brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say, because maybe you cannot see now, but very brothers and sisters, at least you take note, because I have received a few, or we can say, not. I think it is not all right for me to boast many feedback from my student. Among the other courses that can market them is this course. Sorry to say. That's why it's very important for you, for the fourth year student, to really understand. If you understand, try to ask me. If I can answer, if I cannot answer, I will seek the answer from my senior. But this course can be used to market yourself when you go for the interview. Okay, I have received. I think I'm all right to boast. Say that many students, my student used to say to me, "Sir, Alhamdulillah, I got a job because of one of the things I bring is this, the knowledge about the knowledge management. In addition to the ethics." So please, if you're not interested, tell me. Maybe I can improve, or maybe if you're really not interested, either you drop the class, or you can, I don't know, just stay and pray so that you will understand, because this thing is very important. What will you do as future IT professional? Okay. What will you do as future professional in this concept, in this sense, to create the culture of knowledge sharing with the staff? How? I'm not discuss. Normally, I will in the first class. Normally, I really ask people to discuss, but no, not today. Okay. Think about yourself. Let's say you become somebody, you become head of department, and suddenly you see the importance of knowledge sharing, because you know that sometimes the staff take leave or absent, and the customer want the same, and he's an expert on certain area, and other employee is not expert as he is. So how to make sure that the knowledge is leveraged, so that that second guy is competent as the first guy. So this is the great culture knowledge sharing. So how do you need to think? Food of thought. Maybe you can think, we go for the interview, maybe someone asks you about this question, what will be your answer? Okay. On how to promote the culture of knowledge creation. Not only the knowledge discovery, knowledge application, and knowledge sharing, but also the knowledge discovery, the innovation, innovative way, innovative approach to solve the problems, to handle the situation. This is the knowledge creation. Okay. Because I think knowledge is Allah knowledge. Allah gives us a vast knowledge, but we only discover a few small things. Okay, that's why in my other class, IT in Islam, I want my student to think about future technology, even though it sounds like science fiction. Maybe you can start to thinking, you yourself. You had done all the Kuliah department and specialization required courses. Try to think by looking at the current technology, what type of new technology that can be developed. Who knows, when you go for an interview, your interviewer wants you to you have an interviewer who is interested to know about the future digital technologies. Then you have the ideas. But as a future, somebody become the head of department, for example, how to promote the culture of knowledge creation among the staff? It's a big question there. Okay. Knowledge creation, the new knowledge. So staying. Maybe you can stay, you can discuss, not formally, but as a student. Okay. To promote the importance of knowledge management mechanism among the staff. How to change management. Okay, we thought that. For any technology, before it can be successfully implemented in any organization, it requires change management. How to make sure change management with regard to knowledge management can be promoted among the staff. All right. Why the current interest in KM? Why many people, many organizations, many people want to talk about this thing? Because of this thing. Knowledge is in the heart of much to the global economy. And managing knowledge has become vital to company success. Knowledge. Legal firm, knowledge organization. Even engineering, consultant, even Petronas, petrol and gas companies still depends on the knowledge of engineers, knowledge of human resource officers, knowledge of consultants, knowledge. Google, Facebook, the improvement, all about knowledge. Maybe that's why I'm still I don't know, wondering why we have the rich countries like Saudis, Kuwaitis, Qatar, Amman. Maybe with all the money they can have, they can think a platform on how to promote that platform, which is parallel with Facebook, Instagram, Google. I don't know, maybe there's political reason, but these are the things that, okay, I believe it can be done. Okay, the knowledge is there. This transformation from a world largely dominated by physical resources, okay, labor, land, okay, all the stuff, to a world dominated by knowledge. Yarfa'illahu allazina amanu minkum wallazina utul ilma darajat. Allah has mentioned 1,400 years ago the importance of knowledge. Yarfa'illahu allazina amanu. But for us, the first condition is na'amanu first. Wallazina, and the second category, na'utul ilma darajat. Okay? But for them, they've knowledge because it has something got to do with their worldly life. But for us, it is go beyond than that for Muslim. Implies a shift in the locus of economic powers as profound as that which occurred at the time of Industrial Revolution. You can imagine in future, all the hard job, all the heavy job will be done by machine. Human need to control. Okay, that's why knowledge is very important on how to make sure that everybody will have a chance to contribute knowledge, because all the heavy job will be done by the machine, by the robots. Human become the master of those robots. Okay, that's a very important of knowledge. Is KM for everyone? This is a good question. Yeah, we agree to on the importance, but maybe but whether it is alright, it is for everybody or for organization or certain part. Let's have a look on the situation. Today, decision makers face the pressure to make better and faster decisions in an environment characterized by high domain complexity and market volatility. Even in light of lack of experience, typically from the decision maker, outcome of those decisions could have such considerable impact on the organization. It means that it is for everyone. It is for government sector. It is for the private sector. If that's why even the fast food chain companies like Pizza Hut, like KFC, McDonald's, they have this. They try to have a small portion of knowledge management practice in their organization, because so that they will know on how to deal with some situation. For them, for me, their job is quite straightforward. What about the complicated companies, organization, trading companies, versus companies? This thing more requires more knowledge, high level knowledge to be discovered, organized, applied, shared, and leveraged. Okay, these are the things that to bear in mind. Meaning that it is knowledge is for everyone, but everyone, before it can be successfully implemented, everyone must accept the ideas of its importance of knowledge management, the importance of knowledge management. Otherwise, it will be fail to be implemented. Okay, these are challenges of knowledge management challenges. Reluctant to use knowledge base, 49%. Quality of content in knowledge base, 48%. Searchability, limited content, management buy-in, meaning that management does not just turning key system. Okay, do not involve from the beginning. Technology, others, no hurdles remain 4%. Meaning that this is the one of the category I got from other article. Okay. In other challenges, access to expert, talent management, organization, people, knowledge process, knowledge strategy. This is the example. You can Google it. You can have it. What are the access? What are the challenges? Because when you talk about knowledge management, it is very important for us also to know the challenges that await us. Okay, when we want to implement this thing. Alhamdulillah, we have done the first week about the knowledge management. It is very important topic, and try to have a look at it in addition to your technical skill. Okay, in addition to your technical skill, I really hope that you try to understand, and by using your case study of your imaginary company as a starting point. Most of you have done your FYP. 1 or using or still you doing your FYP2. I think try to have a look on how your FYP can be included in knowledge management. Okay, as an individual, look, think, but as a group, try to use your case study as starting point on how to understand the implementation of knowledge management. You can be creative. Okay, you can be creative, no problem. Inshallah, today, after this, I will upload the requirements of what are the things that you need to do for your case study report with regard to the KM implementation of knowledge management. And maybe there will be a small section in your report that talk about the potential, the system that you intend to use for your project. Okay, maybe you can get it, you can name it, where you will get it for the internet. Is it a source forge? Is it for open source or proprietary? But I prefer open source because it is free. Okay, it is you can easily download, but it requires some sort of configuration, which it is your bread and butter. Okay, you know about technical stuff. You know how to download, to use Java, whatever. I think that's your part of expertise. And before we adjourn, any question? Azad,
So far, no questions.
No question. All right. I thought you want to ask question. Okay, so everybody has write down your name at the chat section. I hope that for those who are sleeping, because it is quite, even though I do not know whether you are sleeping or you are concentrating, I don't care actually, because you are a mature student. If you feel that my lecture is important for your career, you can keep listening. There are lecturers who want students to on their videos, but for me it is not necessary. I trust you because you are third and fourth year student. You are in you half of your step already graduated. Okay, you are done your study. Only few, maybe some of you going to be last semester for you. So you are in the mix of graduation. So think, okay, I really hope that when everybody leave the meeting, there will be no one suddenly stuck, which I know that he's going somewhere, he's sleeping, he doesn't care, he just on as just attend and leave. So really, for me, it is really what call that? So disrespectful. You can sleep now, but when I listen, we adjourn, then you leave, no problem. But when you still your name's there, I call the name, brother, or sister, you suddenly silent, meaning that you just better for you to drop the class if like that the case. So no problem. So I do not want to put any condition for you, but I hope that no one will, everybody will be leaving when I say we adjourn the class. No one will stick alone. That shows that you are somewhere else. Okay, it's not good. Okay, so I think if there's no other question, we meet again. Inshallah, after this, I will upload the requirement, and you can start doing it. But I forgot to remind you, what among other things that I cannot tolerate is the sleeping partners. So please, if you intend to be sleeping partner in my class, better you drop the class. Because once I receive a complaint from your members without interrogation, I will give you 0 marks. Okay? No need for me to give, because I believe that no one will complain about others if you do something. About you if you do something, if you do your job. So this is simple. If you intend to be sleeping partner, don't do it in my class, because I really cannot tolerate that. Because for me, it is a betrayal. You are not, you have no SPD corps with your group members. Okay, so please, brothers and sisters, I'm quite lenient, but when it comes to the sleeping partners, when I think I cannot tolerate that. So I think that's all from me. Before that, I want to stop recording first. All right. Okay.